I'm going to show you step by step how to transfer your crypto assets from an exchange to a self-custody wallet using the example of Coinbase to Trust Wallet. This process is going to be largely the same whether you keep your crypto assets on Kraken, Crypto.com, Revolut, Uphold, eToro, and whether you're using Trust Wallet or another self-custody wallet like Coinbase or Phantom or MetaMask. We're doing this because on an exchange, you don't really own your crypto assets, you own the right to access them. It's like an IOU for your crypto. If something happens to that exchange, something could happen to your assets. Whereas with a self-custody wallet, those tokens are directly in your possession. Every crypto user needs to understand self-custody, the risks and the benefits, and learn how to use it safely. One last thing I want to say before we get started is that your exchange might have terms and conditions that limit your withdrawals. They might have daily transfer limits. They might place a hold on crypto that you just bought. You can't transfer it for 5 days or something like that. And this is different depending on what kind of user you are, where you live, how many assets you hold on their platform. All of these are things you can look up on their website and are things you should know before you start storing crypto on any platform. Okay, now let's get started. I've got Coinbase open on my mobile app. This is the home screen where it lands us. We're going to tap this little pie chart to go to the assets menu. You'll look for assets on the sidebar if you're doing this from a computer browser. On the assets screen, you'll see a list of your assets and your balances. And for this example, I'm going to be using Ronin. So tap the asset you want to send. The menu that opens looks like this. You'll see down here buy and sell or transfer. I'm going to tap transfer. Another menu opens prompting you to send or receive, and you're going to choose send. And now it's going to ask you to paste an address that you want to send the assets to. So here, we're going to navigate away from Coinbase, and we're going to open our self-custody wallet. Remember, for this video, I'm opening my Trust Wallet. When I open my Trust Wallet on mobile, this is the screen that appears. You can see it's got a balance for my main wallet. It's got a list of all the assets I hold and their balances. But I don't have Ronin on this wallet already, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap the search bar at the top. My screen share cuts it off, but it's right up there at the top of your picture. And you can't see this either, but in the search bar, I started typing Ronin, and in the list of assets that appears, there it is. I'm going to tap that, and you're going to tap the name of whatever asset you're searching for. At this point, I should mention that not every wallet supports every asset. For example, Coinbase wallet won't support XRP tokens on the XRP network. So before you choose a self-custody wallet, you should go to their website and check a list of networks and tokens they support to make sure it's compatible with everything you want to hold. When I tap the Ronin screen on my self-custody wallet, a menu appears that prompts me to send, receive, or buy. I'm going to click receive. On the screen that appears, I've got a QR code someone can scan to send me crypto in person. I've got my address listed out, and this copy button will copy this address. The display may look a little different on your self-custody wallet, but what we're looking for is an address and a way to copy it. You'll notice there's a little pop-up here that says only send Ronin, R-O-N, assets to this address, meaning assets on the Ronin network. I've got other videos about this, but crypto assets can live on many different networks, and most wallets will let you know this. Some might support assets on many networks and will prompt you to select which network you want to receive on before they give you the option to copy the address. So just make sure that you are sending and receiving on the same network. You copy that address, you're going to take it back to Coinbase, paste it in, and hit enter. And now on the screen that appears, you'll see the address loaded, and it will prompt you to enter the amount in dollars or tokens that you want to send. On Coinbase specifically, there's a little swap feature here. If I tap this button, it'll toggle between choosing to send an amount in US dollars and sending an amount in Ronin tokens. I'm sending $1 US, and then you're going to hit preview or confirm or whatever it says on your exchange. It'll show you a preview of the transaction that you can check to make sure everything looks good. I'm sending $1, the amount looks good, to evanman.base.eth. That's the address I entered. And it looks like it'll take about 26 seconds, and there's a little bit of a fee down here. Okay, great. And if everything looks good, then you're going to tap the blue button or whatever the confirm button looks like on your app. One last note is that if you're doing this for the first time and you're feeling a little nervous about it or you're sending to a new wallet, it's totally okay to send a very small amount first as a test transaction. I recommend everybody gets familiar doing this. You don't have to send the whole amount all at once. And if it goes well, you just send the rest afterwards. When you tap confirm, it's going to show you a receipt with some information about the transaction and a link to look it up on the Blockchain Explorer. I have other videos about this too, but this is the best way to verify that your transaction went through. I'll go to my Trust Wallet afterwards, I'll refresh it a couple of times and I'll see my Ronin pop up there. But if it doesn't, I'll go back to Coinbase, I'll look in my transaction history to get this link so that I can open it on the Blockchain Explorer to see exactly what happened. Sometimes transactions can fail. Maybe it's a problem with the network. Maybe it's a problem with me, my wallet interface, my internet connection, but it's usually not a cause for concern. And if the assets don't show up right away, it's not necessarily a cause for concern either. If it says they went through on the Blockchain Explorer, they went through. I hope you can see that sending crypto is a lot like sending an email. And though there are many other considerations and you might have questions about gas fees or slippage, that's okay. We can handle those another day. You can leave them in the comments. For now, I want you to pat yourself on the back because you've just taken another step to becoming a better, safer crypto user.